This is Sound Off 60.
I want to make sure that the best team is the champion.
Yeah.
I want to play.
And that's key.
If that tournament comes up with this is the best team, I'm for that.
Southwest Louisiana's premier sports talk television show.
With me?
Hey.
Without me? All
That
right.
might be the dumbest argument we've ever had.
You
I
are
like
the
the way he
most
does that.
idiotic imbecile if you thought that argument did not have merit. Look, did not.
All right,
McCarron.
So you're talking about my LSU quarterback?
Yeah.
What you put
With me? Without me?
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort. Here are the boys, Rick, Scooter, and Kevin.
Welcome into 2015, our first show of the brand new year.
Yes.
We put
It
14
is. I wasn't
behind us. We
thinking
welcome
about it.
you back, sir. From
Glad to have
cold,
you back.
blustery
Well,
Nashville, Music
It
City.
was cold.
It
and
was cold.
No,
there's no
Got
doubt.
a lot
Till
to cover,
game
guys.
day, it was very wet,
Yeah.
too.
Got a lot to cover, guys.
Man, I was
mean,
thinking about that driving over here.
What's that?
How much has happened.
I know. So we got to
Just
kick it
in the
gear.
week y'all were on, let alone the
we had a
2
lot to
weeks
talk
I
about
was
while
there.
Maybe
you
you
were
can
gone.
enlighten us on some of it. Okay.
All right, we're gonna simplify the quote rundown, if you will. All right,
Yeah.
we're gonna talk LSU first segment. Okay.
Can we stay on
Let's
that for
try
the
to
entire
keep it there. Okay, because we got all the
Man.
semifinals to talk about, the NFL playoffs, and
Yeah.
I do want to get on the passing of Stuart Scott from
Yeah.
ESPN
Yeah.
because
What
I
a
think
great
it's an
guy.
interesting story, and he had
Great
an
guy,
interesting
man.
life, and I want to get everybody's opinion on that. But
Yeah.
all right, LSU, Music City Bowl. 31-28 if my memory serves. It seems like it was 2 weeks ago.
It
They
does.
lose to,
It
to,
does.
to Notre Dame
Keep moving.
in Nashville. All right. We can rehash the game. All right, we can go through all of that. But everybody knows
Where do you
how and
start?
what
I mean,
happened.
where do you
I
start,
don't know if
Rick?
we need to do that. I want to do a little back to the future.
Look.
What's next? Chavis is gone. Quarterback questions linger. Miles is testy. Fill me in. What is next? We know how they lost. Everybody watched the game,
Yeah.
Kevin.
Yeah.
They lost.
Yeah. And
Let's
let me
move
tell you.
forward. Am I right or wrong?
If I can recall, I think before Scooter actually left, what was my question to Scooter? I said, what do you think LSU will go into this game and do so that we can see what the outcome of next year will look like?
they?
Did I not say that?
Did they?
We know now. We know now. Okay.
They played to win the game.
We
Fill us
know
in.
now, Scooter.
Don't give us a shot-by-shot, blow-by-blow.
No,
But
I knew that was going to happen.
I was skeptical that Brandon Harris would play at all. And you know, they scored 28 points. I get that. And that, with their defense, should be enough most games.
did they score 28 points?
One was a kickoff return.
Yep.
Thank you.
Two
my point.
others were
Two-
one-play drive.
one-play
That's
drive.
about
Okay,
75 and 89.
Okay.
So they really only drove for one touchdown.
That's it.
And so, but watching the game, I'm just going by the eye test. LSU's defense struggled more than I thought they would. I mean, we weren't expecting 50 points out of that offense, let's be honest.
Right.
No.
Right.
But they got it. And you say the future, there are going to be some changes. And I don't necessarily mean there's obviously a defensive coordinator change. Hopefully there'll be a quarterback change because I am convinced
We all are.
that Anthony Jennings just is not.
Great kid.
He's had a year. And
But-
to me, I have not seen, I didn't think he was any better in this bowl game than he was the first start he ever made in the bowl game
Long
last
time
year.
ago, yeah, a year ago.
A year ago.
Okay.
I mean, it can be done.
All right.
I mean, I'm rehashing a column I wrote, but I mean, the Notre Dame Malik Zaire is making his first start.
Yeah.
He's in the same spot Jennings was in a year ago. We have seen enough, and he's a good kid. But I mean, this isn't Little League.
Right.
You know?
Right.
And if his feelings get hurt, so be it.
Right.
Look,
Jump in,
this is the point that we made a while back, but we didn't address it because we didn't know how to address it. You've got a team that's going to be playing for the national championship, which is Ohio State, with the third string backup quarterback, Rich. You referenced earlier, he was in for the starting job during the year.
It seems to me,
But-
Oregon better hope Ohio State doesn't have a fourth string quarterback because everyone they pull out of the hat is better than the one before.
Look, this is what gets to me. A kid that was challenged for the job but didn't get it, but come in and play with limited amount of time and perform like he did, let me say this, guys.
Against Alabama.
It's not the player, it's the coaching.
But to get
I am sorry, it's the coaching.
And obviously, they'll be fine defense. They'll get a good defensive coordinator. But I think I hear a lot about Miles' stubbornness. I think that's way overrated.
What do you mean when you say overrated? Because there were times, Scooter, when we
overblown.
Okay.
Overblown.
Okay.
There's gonna be some soul searching in that program.
Needs to be.
Over the next. Oh, I agree with you. There definitely needs to be. There is just. I take a simplistic view, perhaps, in that I say, I've never seen a team is the way this team was over, the second half of the year, when their defense got up to snuff, the offensive line started playing well.
Yeah.
I've never seen a team so talented in 21 out of 22 positions that lets one position drag it down. And it's got to be more than just the talent at the position, which is obviously not good.
Right.
They've got to relook at the way they do things. Join the new millennium with their offense.
Let me jump in with this. You
I'm
mentioned last
not-
week about would Sean Payton make changes, and I stated, in my opinion, I think changes were due and coming, and they have.
They have.
Lower level assistant coaches.
Yeah.
I don't,
Yeah.
and this is not an indictment against John Chavis. He's one of the best in the business.
That's no doubt about it.
I don't really have a major problem with Chavis leaving the program. He's good.
Right.
But as Hobbs said, they'll get another good one.
They
Will
will.
he be at the level of a Chavis? I don't know. But
Chavis comes with a
but
lot of
sometimes-
experience.
I
A
know
lot
that,
of
but
experience.
Sometimes you just need.
I don't know, but
you need
look-
new blood, new
But-
energy, and new spark. And,
But
and,
I can agree to that.
Look
But
how
you know
many
what?
losses LSU has had. And I'm not, now that he's gone, going to bash Chavis.
No.
But I mean, how many big losses they had over the last couple of years on a last possession,
maybe it's time.
Right,
That's all
right,
I'm saying.
and I-
maybe
and I-
it's time.
I'm not going to disagree with
And I
that,
can,
although I like Chavis.
I can get that. But let's go back to the offensive side because that's where the problem lies.
What's all this going on, man?
That's where the problem lies. Look, and this is what I take, guys, when I look at the game and I say to myself, and we've got to look at, Scooter, you said Miles' stubbornness, but when is he going to stop and say, you know what, maybe I'm just not good at this. Let me let somebody else do this or call the plays.
Well, Miles doesn't call the plays.
Well, he's got some say as to what's being called.
But
I'm pretty sure, huh?
If you're going with that, that's
no,
more
no.
overblown than the
Well,
stubbornness. Because
maybe
Miles
so.
didn't call him
I
plays.
think every head coach kind of gets
Well,
into
yeah,
it.
they are the
Yeah,
head
I
coach.
think so, too.
He's got
But-
veto power,
You know.
but he's not calling
But
the plays.
but the thing, okay, well that's even better then. This is what I say, guys. How do you think a person like Anthony Jennings would perform if he was at a school such as Alabama?
I don't know.
Now, listen to what I'm saying now.
There you
don't
go
know.
again. with
Yeah,
that
and you know
plugging
why I'm
into
going there.
Alabama.
And you know why I'm going there.
Well, I mean,
Guys,
it's a legitimate point.
it is.
Are they?
It is.
I mean, this has gone on. I mean, it didn't get better all year. As I pointed out, no better than it was in the bowl last year. And is it all just, they got a lemon, or is it the way they're developing them? Is it? But I mean, something's wrong.
Look, you
I
don't.
just don't think at this juncture of his youth, he can carry an offense. Okay.
Well, and they
But
weren't
I just
asking
don't-
him to carry an offense.
No, but
let's
no.
be honest.
But you're saying put him
But
on
at some
Alabama, he
point,
couldn't carry
at some
Alabama's
point,
either.
At some point, you can't hide it.
Of course, I agree
Exactly.
with that. I'm not saying
Exactly.
All right,
And guys, we've talked about quarterbacks in the past at LSU that for whatever reasons, but guys, it seemed like somehow you could see some type of daylight to where this kid can potentially be the type of quarterback
Get some
we want
talent
him to
in
be.
here, damn
but
it.
I don't think
Get
that
some
he's
talent in here.
I don't think that this
Well,
kid has been.
the big story
Mettenberger fell in their
today-
lap.
the big-
Mettenberger fell in their lap. Did he not?
He did.
Okay,
And
so
the
Jared
Miles
Lee,
staff has
Jefferson.
not actually recruited and developed a top-rate quarterback.
There you go.
They had Jamarcus Russell and Matt Flynn, the most underrated quarterback
Yeah.
LSU's ever had. Were both recruited by the Saban staff. Now they redshirted Miles his first year, so basically they should get credit for developing those two, particularly Jamarcus
Guys,
Russell.
yeah.
But that was Jimbo Fisher.
yeah.
You know.
Good point. So you know the personalities.
But you can't put the blame all on the guys that's at that position. You can't.
But this John Chavis thing, though, but I know they're telling us to go, but I'm glad. The thing just doesn't add up to me.
Scooter, my question to you when we come back, it's one.
I don't think it's the stupid clause in the contract.
I don't think it is either,
which
Scooter.
would have never come into play. The thing that makes the most sense is what he said when he landed in College Station, when he said it'll basically be great to play with a great offense. And you know, he's tired of having to
read between the lines.
Carry the whole game.
Yeah.
Well, okay, that's fine, but that doesn't explain a year ago when LSU had one of the most dynamic offenses in the country, and LSU's defense wasn't up to snuff.
Yeah. There you go.
A year ago.
Right.
Why didn't Cam Cameron leave?
As we go to break, LSU was supposed to be first segment and only segment, but
no, it's not going to happen. Not today. We're going to have to come back.
But later on in the show, the possibility of a Russell Wilson type transfer to fill the quarterback void, I want to bring that up.
Well,
and I'm reading between the lines.
I'm
reading between the lines.
We're going to have to explain this to the viewers, too.
You said one little line in your column. Will a quarterback fall in their lap? I'm reading. Were you insinuating something? Don't hang on to that thought.
It wasn't any inside knowledge that one will,
I'm just
but
saying.
I think everybody in the world's hoping one does.
One falls in their lap like another member. All right, we're behind the clock already. When we come back, it's now set. All right, the national championship game coming up next Monday. It's the Oregon Ducks and the Buckeyes of Ohio State. We'll sink our teeth into that and so much more when we come back to Jack Daniels at LauBerge Casino. Don't go far.
Sound Off 60 is brought to you by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort.
Miller invented light beer, the original 96-calorie Pilsner, and that changed everything. This led to fewer guys with beer bellies, which led to more women attracted to those guys, which led to dates, second dates, wedding bells, and honeymoons, which led to hubba-da, boom, which led to you. Miller Lite, we invented light beer, and you're welcome.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Cassio's my choice.
Dr. Cassio is my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair. The comfort you've been wishing for.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels at LauBerge Casino. That would be, I can't bend it down a lot, but that would be the L, right? The L for LauBerge. Legendary, by the way. Legendary good times here. Legendary gaming with table games galore, great slots, and food, of course, and nightlife. And just, you know, we're out of the holidays.
Yes.
Now we're going to shift into great promotions, great food. I mean, everybody had a great holiday, so come on down here, continue.
Real quick, Rick.
Mardi Gras.
All the years that I've been here, I've experienced New Year's Eve. I tell you what, this by far has probably been one of the best ones. Patti LaBelle put on a show.
See there? That's what you miss when you don't come
Patti
down
LaBelle
to
put on the show, man.
LauBerge Casino.
There's no doubt about it. Yes, legendary all the way.
College football playoff championship game. It is here.
It's ready.
We had
next
the final
Monday.
two. I thought Alabama would win. I went out on a limb, and I said if I'm going to throw darts, you weren't here. My dart would lean toward Florida State.
Oh, you had a good
you did.
I had a good weekend, didn't I?
Well, at least I was 1 for 2.
Yeah, you were 1 for 2. Oh, look. Urban Meyer, third-string quarterback.
That's unbelievable,
Overcome
man.
adversity. A great win for Ohio State.
Big win.
On the other side out west, a disastrous third quarter. Turnovers galore. Winston with fumbles and interceptions. He's trying to carry the load.
Yeah.
I don't know if anybody can stop the Oregon Ducks.
No.
If they play like that, boy, they are tough.
I disagree there to a degree. And if I had to pick, I think I would pick Oregon. By the way, I'm at it's me and about, I don't know, 40 other people that pick all the bowls.
Yeah.
With 1 to play, I'm next to last.
And you're the bowl guru. That's pretty lousy, Hobbs.
I'm next to last.
Moly.
Okay. But what were we talking about?
Oregon, Ohio State.
If I
you
had
disagree
to pick,
with
I think I would pick Oregon.
Ohio,
We are overreacting to 2 games.
I'm not overreacting.
You're right.
I'm just saying good win by Ohio State. And Oregon looks very tough to stop.
Florida State had an awful game.
They did. They had a disaster.
I don't know who Florida State would have beat.
I don't know if I've ever seen them play that bad, Rick.
It was almost like all the good luck Florida State has gotten over the last 2 years. It all tried to even out in one game.
That third quarter, nothing went right for them.
Nothing.
They were still kind of in the game, even though they may not have been
So
able.
let's don't go crazy over 2 games, though. How good Ohio State looked and how bad Florida State was.
Okay. What else are we going to judge?
Oregon.
What are we going to judge it on?
Body of work. You still got to look at the body of work.
I understand that.
I mean, there's nothing to say Oregon can't have everything go wrong that Florida State did.
Don't know that. Don't know that until they go on the field.
But my thing, Rick, when you look at the 2 games that's coming up this Monday, Oregon, the thing that I think that puts a lot of teams at duress with them is that the tempo. You've got to be able to get guys in and out because the tempo is so quick.
Right.
Let me say this, for Ohio State, they better be careful of being able to stop the deep ball. And that was the problem that they had. Alabama got beat by the deep ball. Make no mistakes about it.
Right.
They couldn't defend the deep ball. And nobody had challenged Alabama all year long on that. But this kid can throw the ball, man.
Auburn did.
And Auburn, you see the result. But the thing is, when you look at this game, I'm like Scooter. I'm not putting all my marbles on Oregon right now. I mean, they're the favorite. But, Rick, you've got a team in Ohio State that could surprise you, man.
Well, number one, let's get some things out of the way. I mean, you didn't watch Ohio State. You weren't impressed with Ohio State?
Very much so.
Okay. I was.
Okay. I think the reason they were like a 9-point underdog. I think most of that was that uncertainty at quarterback. If they had the other quarterback, it'd probably been a 3-point spread, something like that. I mean, nobody could believe a quarterback was going to do that to a second. Well, that's obviously not a question anymore.
Right.
Yeah.
So, let's look at Ohio State in a little bit different light,
Much different light, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
especially after, again, how Wisconsin played Auburn.
Yeah. Yeah.
They beat Auburn.
Yeah.
Played them tough.
Yeah.
And so,
I wouldn't put a lot in there.
The Big Ten title game, what did they win? 59-0.
Yeah.
Some ungodly number.
I thought Auburn played awful. Auburn didn't have a defensive coordinator since the Alabama game.
Still guys on the field. I'm just saying guys on the field. Guys on the field.
I mean, I know there are a lot of excuses for bowl games, but Auburn defensively looked like a lost team.
And
I know they fired their defensive coordinator for a reason.
Right.
It wasn't like they were a great defense.
Not a great game for them,
but they weren't even there.
But they were a doinked field goal away from winning the game. Okay,
well,
so all right.
Extending it.
Extending the game. An 85-yard touchdown run by, what's his name? Ezekiel Elliott by Ohio.
Yeah.
touchdown.
85-yard touchdown.
Give that
I don't know.
Longest this year. Longest this year. Longest this year. I don't know.
With the game on the line.
Yep.
I mean, I think you were probably like me. The entire fourth quarter, it looked like Alabama was going to end up winning this game.
Yeah.
And they
Everybody
had,
thought that.
what, 10 chances?
They did.
Yeah, and couldn't do it.
There it was.
But I tell you.
Shot in the mouth. All right. You talk about coaching at Urban Meyer. We talked about that last week.
But Rick,
Urban Meyer has proven himself. 2 national titles. This man is a winner. He knows how to coach big games. But now with all the components, and with speed, they got some speed now.
Rick,
they may not have had it 4 or 5 years ago, but they've got it in spots. He comes in there and was able to defeat the Alabama team.
You know, Ohio State, one of the storylines was, well, Ohio State has an SEC team in the Big Ten. You know, that kind of. I think Ohio State was always kind of that. You know, they always had by far the best athletes in the Big Ten.
Okay.
You know. Yeah. I think the knock against them was they could run roughshod over them.
Yeah.
You know, more so than some others. But I mean,
Jameis Winston. I saw some throws that were NFL-like.
Oh, big time.
I saw some maturity.
He could put the window.
I saw checkdowns. I saw a lot of stuff that can possibly translate into a Sunday.
It will, Rick.
A Sunday game.
But the thing is, granted,
he did have turnovers.
He had a lot of other things going on too. He had an ankle that was not 100%, and people know that. And he couldn't run that veer option like he normally would run it. He did a little bit, but it took a lot away from what they normally do to teams, to where they can get the game a lot closer to where he had to stay in the pocket more. And I think that put him under a lot of pressure. And man, make no mistake, guys, when you look at Florida State, some of their athletes, guys, they got a lot of guys that go play on Sunday.
Yeah, they do. They do. And they got a quality coach. They got.
There's no doubt about it, man.
They got a disastrous third quarter.
They had a bad
they didn't
game,
play the very best of games, obviously, and they made a lot of mistakes. Tampa Bay with the number. I'm segueing to the future. Tampa Bay with the #1 pick.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah.
Obvious. They go for the local guy from Tallahassee right up the road.
I would think so.
And they have no quarterback.
You know, there are even some reports that he's not 100% sure he's leaving.
I'm kind of wondering that myself.
And the only thing I can figure is maybe.
I think he is. I think he is.
Maybe it gives him a year to rehabilitate his image a little bit.
Do you want to take that chance, though, Scooter?
Well,
do you want to take that chance?
Can he survive?
Do you want to take that chance?
Can he survive the scrutiny?
I'm not an NFL scout.
Do you mean either, Scooter? But do you want to take that chance?
I really haven't seen that many Florida State games, but the one I just never have been blown away by him.
Oh, Scooter!
He's a talent, Scooter. He's a talent, man.
He's something. Watch him physically, and his understanding of the college game.
Yeah.
Again, I don't know about making that transition. There's a lot more to the NFL game.
I don't think he's a surefire.
Nobody is a surefire anymore.
Well,
nobody's a surefire.
Well, Andrew Luck was.
Andrew Luck. Okay, there you go. Andrew. Okay, say nobody. Andrew Luck was a surefire. But beyond Andrew Luck, with his pedigree and background, I don't think anybody. As we go to break, he goes to the NFL or not?
I think he
Winston.
does. I don't think he takes
I think he does. I think he does.
You're not going to let him stay another year.
It's not
a bad idea if he stayed another year.
Oh, that'd be great for Florida State, but I don't think it's
happening. Funny thing there, I don't know if you've ever noticed, I don't even know his name, but I hear him on the radio some. The Florida State's play-by-play guy.
Oh, what is it?
Also does the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
And
he's had some interesting flights to get from those two games.
I worked around him when he's been doing it that long when I was in Tampa. I can't remember his name. He's legendary. You're right. He does Saturday. Florida State's been doing it for 50 years, and he does the Buccaneers.
I think in all those years he's only missed one Tampa Bay game.
Unbelievable talent.
But anyway, he'd have the same play-by-play. I don't know if that's a plus, but he'd have the same play-by-play.
He would, Scooter.
When we go off the air, I'll remember his name. 2 minutes, we're coming back with the NFL playoffs and the call. The flag and the pickup of the flag. We're that and more when we come back.
Unbelievable.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford, Beglis Parkway in Sulphur.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Choosing your doctors and healthcare professionals is an important and personal decision, and one that you should feel totally comfortable with. Hello, I'm Dr. Trisa Guidry, and I'd like to welcome you to our clinic, where your health and well-being is our top priority. I'm a board-certified OBGYN and a graduate of LSU. My dedicated staff and I would like to invite you to call for a consultation and appointment. You will experience the trust, comfort, and medical treatments you deserve. We are Dr. Trisa Guidry.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels at LauBerge Casino. We've covered LSU situation, a little bit of the CFP National Championship game coming up Monday. That game is played at Jerry's house, Arlington,
Texas.
It is. Drew a blank there. It's in Arlington on Monday night. The championship game between Ohio State and the Oregon Ducks. And the FCS championship game is, I believe, on that same day.
Really?
No, it's not the same day.
Is it that weekend? I thought it was January, might have been January 10th. It's that weekend.
Okay.
FCS championship is that weekend as well. A big lag.
That's Saturday.
That would be pretty dumb to do.
You would think so.
Yeah.
Well, you know, they
I
did
stand
it
corrected on that.
I think it was the first year it had moved from Chattanooga to Frisco. That was the year LSU played A&M in the Cotton Bowl. And the Cotton Bowl was late. It was like the 4th or 5th of January. And they played that game at the same time.
Same time?
The 1AA championship game.
Close by.
Was going, with about 15 miles away.
Yeah. Come on.
It's the same day as
get
the
a brain
Cotton
cell.
Bowl.
All right. Here we have it. All right. It's Ravens at New England in the AFC Divisional. Colts at Denver on the other side. Cowboys win. They're going to Green Bay. And it's Carolina taking on Seahawks at Seattle.
Can you believe
it?
it?
Everybody said it's as much fun as you wanted to make of the NFC South this year.
It's wide open.
They were playing a Cardinal team that you really had to feel sorry for.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing.
It is.
Anthony Jennings could have done better for the Cardinals.
Come on, Scooter.
Come on,
Scooter. This man gets paid to play quarterback.
Come on, now. It was such a good story
and
a good team at one point.
Oh, at one point. 9-1. 9-1.
At one point, it was, and it's not a fan base that's had a lot to cheer about. They deserve better, is what I'm saying.
What we're referring to is the Arizona Cardinals offense. Yeah. They set a record for futility, 76 yards, lowest since like 1958 in a playoff game.
They're obviously
12 yards in the second half.
Yeah.
12 yards in the second half.
They're obviously not as deep at quartell as Ohio State.
Lindley.
No, not at all.
Ryan Lindley?
Yeah.
Something like that?
I don't even know what
he had been a bartender the night before.
Tell me, did I not hear somewhere that at one time Patrick Peterson maybe played some quarterback?
I don't know. Well, they had him in the slot. I mean, they had him in the Wildcat
a
couple games.
Yeah.
Put
Patrick Peterson back there.
Put somebody
back there, man. I'm like, it was a disaster, guys.
All right. The big play, the big game, if you will. Let's not forget about the Ravens. I did not think the Ravens.
Let me get on soapbox here
the Steelers
for
of Pittsburgh. Go ahead.
All right, I guess I saw most of the NFL games over the weekend. I didn't see much of the Cardinal one.
No.
Had something else.
Didn't miss much.
But all these plethora of bowl games. Most of them were pretty good games.
No, I disagree, Scooter.
Much better.
I disagree, Scooter.
Than the first round of the NFL playoffs.
Again, you're
drinking
the college Kool-Aid.
The Cowboys game was the only one really that was a good game at the end.
It depends on how you look at it.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
That's how I look at it.
Being such a
I thought the Ravens and Steelers was
Come
a good
on.
game. I thought it was a good game. All right, nip and tuck, nip and tuck.
Scooter talked a little bit about the college game for us for the bowl games. Did you keep up with the record for us for how we did SEC-wise? What, we had 17?
7 and 5.
We had 17?
We'll talk about that later.
Yeah,
and
7
we're
and
talking
5.
NFL.
Yeah.
And they all came, most of them came from the East. That's how.
Let's talk about that when we get a chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
went
Dallas,
5-0.
the Dallas Cowboys, Detroit Lions. The Lions defense acquitted themselves very, very well. That's a tough defense. All right. Everybody has seen the play by now. If you're a sports fan, you've seen it. Anthony Hitchens, I think his name is, the linebacker.
Yeah.
There is no way you can spin that into a good call.
No, there's no way.
Particularly,
There's
and
no
I
way.
don't
I think
care.
I'm gonna
And then
try.
now-
There's
now
no
they're
way.
coming
It's
up
not
with
happening.
this. There's no face guarding rule in the NFL. Well, when did that start?
We didn't hear about that one either.
Start yesterday?
Rick.
Because
Rick.
if you
been a year.
breathe on somebody in the NFL, they throw a flag for pass
You've
interference.
got to play the ball.
And, but you can
All right,
face
that's-
mask
college
in
boy.
most
That's the main
College
thing.
boy.
And Rick, as a defensive player, you know I was be wanting to jump on this and say, no, Rick, that was pass interference.
That was
pass interference.
How can
I'm
that
sorry.
Spin it.
I'm
Let-
sorry.
How can
No,
that
it's-
not be pass
I'm not
There's no
saying
way.
it's not pass interference, okay?
Okay.
What I'm saying is there's
beyond that.
it's subjective and there's gray. There's gray area here.
Right.
I was
No,
telling
no,
you,
no.
but yes, listen
Yes.
to me.
Go ahead, Rick, go ahead, go ahead.
Listen to me, please.
Go ahead.
I'm not going to put my graft, okay?
Go ahead.
Look, if the flag didn't come out on the play, I would not, I would have understood it. It would have been a good no call.
no.
There
Yeah.
was
Would not.
incidental
It was-
contact
it was-
between both players. Remember where the ball hit.
Right.
The ball hit the defender in the back.
Right.
Now, what if he was just running, didn't do all this contact stuff and all this stuff, and it hit him and it hit the defender in the back? Do you call it?
You know,
Of course
Ty,
not.
you know.
It was an uncatchable ball.
No, it was not.
It was
It would
uncatchable.
not have been an uncatchable ball if he hadn't been in his face.
Look at the play again.
Look, my
But
thing.
with the flag on the ground, with the flag on
Well,
the
that
ground,
just makes it twice as bad.
No, it
That they
doesn't. With the flag on the
that
ground,
they actually picked up a flag over
they
that
probably
play.
should not have done that. Okay.
Oh, you're gonna.
No, I'm just
and-
saying, with
and-
the flag on the ground in the context of that situation,
Yeah.
okay, stand by the call. Stand by the call. But if the flag, it's a split-second judgment call, if you will. I would not have had a problem if they would have kept the flag in the pocket. I thought it was incidental
I
contact.
think it was an awful
incidental.
call made worse by the fact that
By
they,
picking it up.
they
I
actually
totally
got
agree.
it
I totally
right
agree.
and outsmarted themselves.
And here's another facet to it.
And I
How do you
don't
not
buy
throw
the
a flag
theory.
on Des Bryant for running 10 yards out on the field
that is another
Yeah,
with a
that's
helmet
another
on?
one.
Well,
That's another
that
one.
can get overlooked. I
That's another one.
understand
just
that.
saying.
But he was talking to the ref too,
I'm
and the
just
ref
saying, he
told
was
him.
arguing
The ref
with the
told him,
ref.
"What are you doing out here?"
Exactly.
That's what the ref told him. Say, "What are you doing out here?"
The crew had problems.
That was that
The
crew had
and
some
that
issues
crew
going on.
had not worked
Believe
before.
me, no.
They were
And
a mishmash.
That right
of
there was
referees.
something that a lot of people didn't
All
even
right,
see,
so-
Rick, what
so-
you brought up.
Well, I think
Clear,
that well, the
in
fact
your mind,
that
clear pass interference?
oh my
Pass
gosh.
interference, yeah.
Why am I blind?
Yeah.
I
No,
mean,
Rick,
I
it
get
was.
sick of
Blind.
watching the
It was.
NFL because everything is pass
Yeah.
interference.
A lot of
and
it
yet
is.
that isn't.
Yeah,
I'm just
and I agree
Explain
with
that
Scooter.
one to me.
Watch it again. The
Rick, I
tight
know what
end
you're
was
saying.
also
I know-
shoving
I
and
know
had
what
his
you're
hand
saying.
on the face
I know
mask.
what you're saying.
There was contact.
But Rick, this is the thing
Back
that could have
and
gotten him
forth.
out of it. If he just would have turned his
You're
head.
not
Sorry.
making it
I'm
easy.
sorry.
Rick,
That's my
Keep
opinion.
talking.
Rick,
Just keep talking.
Rick,
I'm not digging a hole,
Rick,
baby.
to give away what was on the linebacker,
Right.
if he just would have turned around, just turned, I can say, hey.
I'm with you.
But he didn't. He was
Well, I
into it,
love
Rick.
this.
He was into it.
Suddenly,
He was into it.
The
comes
tight
to
end
light.
was dragging him down. He had his fingers
face
in the face
masking
mask.
is not a penalty in the NFL. Whoa, who? What? Everything's a penalty in the NFL.
Almost, but not that play.
Hey,
Almost.
That,
All right.
that play right there, yeah, clearly the call was made right on
It
the
was a
first
critical call.
But picking that flag up, did you see the people's expression?
I know
Oh
that.
my
But
goodness!
Why doesn't Coach Caldwell from the Lions that position go for the first down?
I don't know.
He punts and
I
then
don't
made
know.
worse when it was shanked for 10,
Yeah.
12.
Yeah, that was.
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
and I'm
Go
not
for the
here
first
to.
down.
I'm not here saying that one call.
It was
crossed
critical.
the line. It was critical.
It was critical,
It
big
was
time. That
critical.
was big time there.
I mean, we
Big
didn't even
time.
talk about the bad call in the LSU game, and it definitely hurt. But there was plenty of time
Yeah.
to overcome it. Just
Yeah.
like there was plenty of time
You're right.
for the Lions.
There's 8
to
minutes in the
overcome
game.
it. Yeah.
Lions
But-
and Cowboys, I'm talking about.
But don't tell me.
Yeah.
I'm sorry,
But
Hobbs.
you know what you brought up a minute ago is true. You know, they're talking about that these are mixed crews.
Yes.
They're not the crews that work together all
Right.
during the
They're
season.
not a
Right.
cohesive unit.
And the whole thing of picking up the flag you know, they could have blown the call as easy with the crew used to each other.
Yes.
But the communication between getting this flag picked up, wouldn't you feel a lot more comfortable if it had been a crew that works together?
Yeah, I would. And that's the thing, guys. And I know they got the headsets nowadays. I know they don't hear what the commentators say. But clearly, if the commentator would have felt that it was a questionable call on what the referee's done, why would he have been so? You heard him, Rick. He said, clearly that's pass interference.
Well, the refs have to make the call.
Well, I know. You're talking about not just a commentator.
But just the commentator saying that too.
That guy, and I like him. The guy used to be head of NFL officials that they bring in.
Yeah.
I mean, he was adamant. So it's not even close.
He was.
Yeah. How do you get that? How do you pick that flag up, Rick, when somebody's not saying, hey, guys, leave it there?
As we go to break, I mean, you know, kudos to the Cowboys. Man. Kudos to Tony Romo. All right, they stayed within themselves. They come back to win this game, and now they got to go to Green Bay.
They were down 14-0.
They were.
I know.
They were.
20-7 at some point.
But just don't tell me that's not a penalty.
That is.
With everything in the NFL.
I think it was, my friend Rick.
I just told you that.
I think it was.
And you were wrong.
No doubt. It was.
We're taking a short pause. When we come back, more from Jack Daniels at LauBerge.
We are worldwide, 365 and 24/7 at soundoff60.com. Soundoff 60 is presented by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort and by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Back after this break.
Gold. It's the color of quality, the color of taste, the color of a true Pilsner. Let your eyes drink it in. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Brent Casio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Casio is the official sports medicine physician of Soundoff 60.
Dig in. Because after a few icy seconds, you'll discover the light beer brewed for 21 days. And that's time well spent. When you want a real light beer, it's Miller time.
Welcome back to LauBerge Casino. Jack Daniels, that's where we are. I kind of made this up, that, you know.
Did you really?
Yeah, like L, for a little legendary, for LauBerge. Maybe they can use that in the commercial.
Isn't there some team
like
that does
L,
that?
whatever. All right. You've heard me talk about Le Cafe.
Yes.
I love Le Cafe. I love the food. It's one of the finer restaurants here. Great place. They changed the name. They enlarged. They renovated, remodeled. It's now called Favorites.
Yes.
So, and it has some of your favorites still there.
Yes, it does.
Come on down if you're looking for another great place for a nice casual dinner, lunch, breakfast, lunch, dinner.
This is the place to come.
Favorites here at LauBerge Casino. And one of your favorites has been remodeled, Asia.
Oh,
Asia's rave about Asia.
Asia is
beautiful.
Rave about
it's nice.
Asia.
You gotta come see that.
Legendary food. We keep telling you that at LauBerge Casino. All right. Let's get back on the LSU train. We haven't solved all their problems. All right. Because I don't know another way to describe it, I call it the Russell Wilson scenario situation. Everybody knows Russell Wilson years ago left North Carolina State, played 1 year at Wisconsin because of his scenario at North Carolina State.
But he was basically almost kicked out of North Carolina.
But he had that year eligibility. He could go anywhere.
I mean, not for anything he did wrong.
No, they just went with another guy.
Well, they were the coach said he wasn't going to have the job because he was playing minor league baseball. It wasn't like he was in trouble.
Right. So he goes. The underlying story, he goes to Wisconsin, takes him to a Rose Bowl.
Stupidest things a coach has ever done.
Can you believe that?
So he takes Wisconsin to the Rose Bowl. I think they won the Rose Bowl. All right. So what is the possibility that LSU can pick up, and I'll throw the name out there, Ohio State's Braxton Miller. He's got the same situation. Does he go back to the Buckeyes with Barrett and Cardell Jones, or does he transfer for 1 year and can play instantly?
That's just, this is what gets me,
well,
guys.
Let's throw out another name, too.
Go ahead.
The one that's a big name today on this topic, Everett Golson.
Everett Golson, yeah.
Of Notre Dame. Will be in the same. He's going to graduate in May.
You're right.
So he could come to LSU. Would that be, have a quarterback duel between Golson? If they give
I'd
one
I'd take Braxton Miller. And I'm a big Notre Dame guy, but I'd take Miller.
Well, I mean, Golson looked okay against LSU. The whole Notre Dame team did. But he really, I mean, he basically lost his starting job.
Oh, he lost
to somebody who had never started a game.
That's no doubt about that.
Because of his play in the last 5 Notre Dame games.
That's no doubt about that,
it had become a turnover machine, which that'll drive most miles
like
crazy.
you said earlier, it ain't Little League.
No.
This is Notre Dame. You got to win. All right,
but either one of them would certainly be an upgrade. Let's be honest.
No,
can it happen? Is it in Les Miles' DNA?
I don't know.
Is it in his DNA to do that?
Oh, I think he would do it in this case.
I think
he's
he
not
should.
crazy. I mean, next year,
Well, he's looking
at, you know, Miles, if LSU goes 8-5 again next year, Miles starts to feel a little heat.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Really? Oh, yeah. Rick. Rick, that doesn't happen in Tigerland, man. No.
You guys
That doesn't happen in Tigerland.
All right, so
no.
Kevin, would you support that?
Oh, yeah, most definitely. Oh, most
Anybody?
definitely.
For 1 year?
Oh, I think in this case, or
let me tell you something.
Experienced guy too.
Let me tell you
There's
something.
some other scenarios. You could get a junior college quarterback.
Yeah, you could.
And it would have to be a special one.
Yeah.
You know, that
Rick,
hadn't
LSU now.
hadn't played college football.
That's right.
I mean, the two, Golson and Miller, have played in big-time games.
Big time.
So.
Rick, I think when you look at collegiate football now, at the place that it's at right now, it's almost like the NFL. You don't have that circle of time to develop and do this. It's almost you've got to win now. And when you've got kids that are coming out as often as they do nowadays, you've got to catch that curve, Rick, to where you've got people that's in place going to be there for that year to try and get you where you want to be. I say, yeah. I mean, why wouldn't you?
Why wouldn't you? You asked the question, is that in Miles' DNA? If he gets the chance, I mean, why wouldn't he?
I mean, he see what's there now.
I'm just saying.
Give me one reason. Give me one reason he would.
Because he might believe that he really has something in Brandon Harris.
I think he's
got a spring in August. We don't know.
He got a spring in
must
August.
not, or we would have seen.
Let me say this.
Seen something.
Let me say this.
I agree.
And you say to yourself, how does a kid get to a place like LSU and not be good? That's what I question myself about. I say, what did they see? To say
James,
that,
you mean?
say that this kid should be playing here
Personnel
at a top
evaluation.
Division I school.
Player evaluation.
But the thing is, Rick,
Well,
when you look back at it,
I mean, got those guys like an Anthony Jennings at every school. They normally don't start.
They normally don't start.
Yeah. Okay. So what I'm saying is, I mean, how does Ohio State have 3 guys that could play for anybody in the country?
That is mind-boggling.
That could play for anybody in the
country.
country.
That is mind-boggling.
Ohio State. I don't know. Good recruiting, good talent evaluation.
Notre Dame had 2.
And maybe a little bit of luck in there. All right.
Something.
Can you guys tell me the 2 highest rated television programs in the history of cable television? Can you tell me
the
that?
2
semifinals.
Yeah. Really?
You know where I'm going.
Really?
Well, go.
If those were the 2 highest
so you say have more.
television shows, then have more. Have more. All the money.
I love it. I love it. I love it.
The 2 highest rated in the history of cable television.
Why do you care if cable TV got their highest
I'm just saying.
I love it.
Everybody needs money.
Yeah.
They want more money.
It revolves around money, Rick. I totally agree. Television.
Plus, did anybody see Baylor and Michigan State? Would that game not translated well as a playoff game? Yes.
How about TCU?
I knew you were coming. Granted. That was my other one.
Yeah.
1 out of 2 ain't bad in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm just saying.
So you say we go to 8. So
don't
you
be
say we go to 8.
Don't be naive. Please don't be naive.
Okay.
They're going to 8.
So you say we go to 8. So we go to 8.
It will happen within 2 years.
No.
Okay.
It'll happen within 2.
You say 8, huh, Rick?
You're
You
looking
say
at
8?
5 years.
There is no way. No way. Mark my words.
I don't think 4 was that
Within
bad,
2.
Rick. I think 4 worked out good.
It was great.
4 worked out good.
It was great. It will
work out good.
It will go to 8.
know,
Guarantee it.
You're just looking at it from you sitting on the couch. Which I guess is
okay, this is going to be good.
Okay, I'm selfish. How would you look at it? No, I'm not looking at it just from the couch.
I'm not a big
TV
Urban
money.
Meyer is never going to win Mr. Congeniality.
No,
not at all.
But he brought up something I've been saying for years. you know, all this full cost of attendance, whatever you want to call it. The least you can do on these bowl trips, you know, pay for the parents to go to the game.
I think that's
And
that's
so you
huge.
want to add a layer now. To where these parents, many of them without the means, have got to go to 3 games to see their kids play in the national. Not just that. Let's think of fans. Fans are in the same boat.
You're right, though, Scooter.
My gosh, I cannot believe you're bringing this up. Look at the core of the issue. The core of the issue is 8 teams deserve it. 8 teams will make a better situation. Ohio State beat number 4 beat a number 1. A number 4 beat a number 1.
Understand
Can
that.
a number 8 beat a number 1? Let them settle it on the floor.
No.
It could
All right, Al Pacino.
I agree.
All right, Al Pacino.
But that was a good point that Scooter brought up.
I'm not through
Was a good point.
When we come
I got to
back.
agree with Scooter on that point that he brought about the parents.
When we come back,
good
we'll
point.
Not just the parents, the fans. The
Good
parents,
point, though.
we can solve that.
When we
Good
come
point.
back, we'll talk about the passing of ESPN Stuart Scott in 2.5 to Jack Daniels at LauBerge Casino.
Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort, home of Sound Off 60, and Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. Round 5 with the boys coming up.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our 2 stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Get your free American Press app today. It's all at your fingertips. News, sports, advertising, entertainment, and video delivered through your Apple or Android mobile device. Capture the informative power of the American Press, Southwest Louisiana's premier source for news and advertising. Get your American Press app today. Download it for free through your iTunes or App Store. You'll love the look and feel of our newest digital offering. The app flawlessly delivers the local news most important to you in a new, striking layout. Get your American Press app today.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, with those holiday greetings and gay happy meetings when friends come to call. It's the most wonderful time, yes, the most wonderful time of the year.
Welcome back to Jack Daniels here at LauBerge Casino. One of the big national conversations going on this week is the unfortunate and tragic passing of ESPN Stuart Scott, a kind of a trailblazing type of African-American sportscaster with ESPN.
Changed. You don't have to say African-American, I don't think.
Yeah.
Because
I said it for a reason,
what
but go
he
ahead.
did, he really kind of upped the ante with ESPN in their entertainment, I would say, value to the traditional sportscast.
But
I always thought he was very entertaining.
No, that's no
very
doubt.
good writer.
But
He's a very good writer.
the point that I think that Rick brought up, Scooter, was one that I can identify with. When you look at ESPN on the minority side of a lot of black kids, there was nobody there.
They had black guys there before him.
But not in the spotlight that Stuart was in, to where we could relate to.
He was one of the mainstays on SportsCenter.
He was, and the type of insight that he brought to the game made it exciting for kids. That it was part of their, should I say, slang, or how they used it. And it's like
I saw that last night. Not yet.
And
I heard that. And I'm a middle-aged white guy.
Yeah.
And he must have had a fine touch, because to talk this street slang, so to speak, cred, whatever.
Exactly.
But it never went over my head as a middle-aged white guy.
Right.
I got what he was saying. I thought it was cool.
Yeah.
He could make it relate. And you look at some of his counterparts on the show, they even said it. He said, I learned more from Stuart Scott about how black kids talk amongst themselves than I had ever. And this came from one of the white commentators.
That should have gone over my head, but it didn't.
Well, it did kind of for me.
And that's pretty strong. It comes from a white commentator
I'll be
saying
honest,
that.
I don't
That's
know
pretty
the
strong.
first rap
He
song.
was He was, I said African American because he did trail a bit of a path for black sportscasters in regards to how he approached the game and the vocabulary and the
very
slang
knowledgeable,
or
very
the references.
Very
Obviously
knowledgeable.
a consummate pro. You know, I didn't realize he'd been there that long. So when the president comes out and make comments about you, you got everybody in sports remembering him for what he did and the professional, the kind of man. He was a special guy, no doubt. But I'm a white guy, and I'll be honest with you, I didn't particularly get a lot of his things, and I didn't particularly like the style all that much.
I liked it,
but you know what I did like is, you know, the other, you know, the cool side of the pillow, the this or the that.
Yeah.
And I tell people, when people ask me about, well, what do you like about that guy, or what did you do? Here's what he tried to do in a way. Don't just give us the highlights.
Oh, yeah.
These young people, even at Channel 7,
right?
Romo to here, we know that.
Yeah.
What Stuart Scott did with these slangs is tell you how special that play was.
Exactly.
And how good it was.
No, you're right, Rick.
That's what you add to it.
And you're right.
Tell the viewer how good that was.
Exactly.
I mean, we're at opposite ends. I mean, he's a black broadcaster. I'm a white writer.
Yeah, right.
Basically. But
Total
I could have, but I could have identified. He got it. What I've always thought as a writer, it's sports. It's not the Nuremberg trials.
Right.
It ought to
right.
be fun.
You're right.
Yeah.
And with
You're
him,
right.
that's what you got.
Right. And I'm glad that you think he was, because you're a very good writer.
Yeah.
And he is a very good broadcast writer.
Yeah, that's
if
no doubt.
People look at his old tapes, those lead-ins, those guys
he was
write
good.
a lot of their own stuff.
He was good.
And
He was
ESPN,
good.
He was excellent.
I've known a lot of people. They do. They won't hire anybody that can't write.
Right. And the thing about it, Rick, for him to be that good
I
at
do
all
think
three
he
sports,
ad-libbed a lot.
I mean, you don't see many guys that good at all three sports, baseball, basketball, and football.
Right.
I mean, he covered all three.
Yeah.
And I mean, you couldn't see the letdown in either one of those
Let me
that
throw
he
this
mostly
out.
favored
Let me throw
football.
this out. I am a big Howard Cosell guy. Okay, I grew
There's
up
only
with
one Howard Cosell, man.
Stuart
There's only
Scott,
one.
in a way, I'm not putting them on the same platform.
Yeah.
But Cosell was very polarizing in regards to the way his style.
Yeah.
The lawyer vocabulary.
Yeah.
This, you know, and Stuart Scott in a different way, in a different generation.
Yeah.
I think both very polarizing,
I
both
don't
very
see,
good.
I don't
both
see
very
where
good.
Stuart Scott was polarizing.
Read some of you know what he did initially. It didn't go over that he was highly criticized.
He was at first
because of, you know, I didn't get a lot of it. I'm not hip hop cool.
But wait,
I never thought with him I was listening to a rapper trying to explain.
I didn't say that, but you know.
But for
I certainly don't like
ESPN
rap.
to come out and say that at first when he made the comment about booyah, a lot of people that commented say they thought it was racist. Honestly,
really?
He said, yeah, they said that, and he said, you know what? We could see the underlying fact as to what it meant. What you said, what a great play, and that's what it. And that's what it characterized, and that was the whole reason why they could see the big picture of what it.
Segment on this is because of how integral part that Sports Center and ESPN is into our sports lives.
Yeah,
it's big.
It is. It is.
He was a big part of Sports Center, and on a time
he was part of the evolution.
You're exactly right, and he fought cancer for 7 years.
He did, man. What a fight!
A brave guy, a hard struggle. I know you can relate to that with the friends that you lost at the American Press and the fight that they put up. We all have been touched by cancer and lost very loved ones by cancer. So we did want to spend a few minutes on Stuart Scott, a great guy and a consummate professional indeed. All right, we're up against the clock. Stump the Wise Guys and a few more items coming up next when we come back to Jack Daniels. Stay right there.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniels Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort.
Hi, we're the Tarvers. Southwest Louisiana has been our home for all of our 30 years, and we're proud to have been born and raised in this community. We're also proud to continue the family tradition of serving the area with honesty, integrity, and Southern hospitality. And between our two stores, we have 150 employees who share those same values. If you already buy or service your vehicles with us, we'd like to say thank you. And if not, whether you're in the market for an import or a domestic, or you're interested in a career as part of our team, we'd like to invite you to come see what a car buying experience is supposed to be like at Lake Charles Toyota and Tarver Ford.
Dr. Casio was my choice.
Dr. Casio is my choice.
Dr. Casio Cassio was my choice.
Dr. Brett Cassio is fellowship trained and board certified in both orthopedics and sports medicine. He has the tools, techniques, and experience to get athletes back on the field of play. Call 337-494-4900.
Dr. Brent Cassio is the official sports medicine physician of Sound Off 60.
What is it about Luxair cooling products that deliver the comfort you've been wishing for? Is it their energy-saving performance? Those super cozy moments with loved ones? Or perhaps it's that great feeling you get in helping those wishing for a little comfort of their own. For over a decade, we've been helping deliver hope, strength, and joy to Make-A-Wish children and families at a time when they need it most. Find out how Luxair home comfort products will make you feel really good this season. Luxair, the comfort you've been wishing for.
All right, welcome back to Jack Daniels. Time for the first ever Stump the Wise Guys
New Year's.
of 2015. New Year. All right.
Yes.
We got the lovely Haley and the equally beautiful Marta.
Yes.
The ladies of LauBerge. Y'all got it? Y'all ready?
Happy New Year's too, lady, by the way.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, here we go.
Turn my mic on for
Now
you.
turn that microphone on.
Let's do that.
Everyone is aware of college football's Final Four mascots. Time to test your skills on little-known mascots. What is the mascot of Rutgers University?
What are the mascots of the Final Four?
Of Rutgers?
Tide by the Ducks.
It's a lumberjack? A lumberjack
Rutgers.
or something?
Rutgers?
Man,
Lumberjacks.
I don't know.
They're in the Northeast.
I know this.
I don't know.
Scarlet something.
What is it, Scooter?
Scarlet.
Knights.
Scarlet Knights.
Yeah. All right. Thank you, Scooter.
I was thinking, you got no
Scooter.
prayer stumping me on this, and I had to think about the first one.
Well, we're in trouble if you got to think.
All right, here we go.
Right,
Next
Marta.
one.
Utah's state team is known as...
Aggies. I know Utah.
All right.
That was easy.
That's good. That's good.
All right.
That was just stumping.
Ask about the one down in Baton Rouge. I bet I get that one.
Okay, extra points for a double header. Name the mascots of Austin Peay and the University of Pennsylvania.
Pennsylvania.
All you, son.
Oh, it's a minor.
Austin
Peay.
Austin Peay.
It's a minor, huh?
No, Austin Peay is a colonel or...
I thought it was a minor. Okay.
I don't know.
I thought it was a minor, like...
It's a military figure.
It's the guy that's got a helmet. He's got a helmet on his head. I know that because I can picture it. Doesn't he have a helmet on his head or something?
What's Austin Peay? I think we're going to get it wrong.
What is
it?
It's the Governor's.
It's got a helmet on his head.
But not real military. All right, so the University of Pennsylvania, I'm going to take out on the limb, the Amish.
No,
the Amish.
Quakers.
The Fighting Amish.
Quakers.
I'm just kidding. Quakers, is that right?
Quakers.
There we go.
Yeah, okay, all right. Don't play like that. Don't play like that, Rick, man. Don't play like that.
Okay.
Come on now.
What is the fighting mascot of Wake Forest?
Deacons. Demon Deacons.
Yes.
This is up your wheelhouse.
Well,
it is.
We have a
I'm
bonus
going to tell you one I guess we don't get. Wait, go.
Bonus question.
Okay.
And it's a double header, so it's 2 bonus questions. Name the mascots for Youngstown State and University of California at Irvine.
You know
Cal Irvine is the fighting anteaters.
Anteaters.
All right. Yeah, that
is. It's the penguins.
Penguins. That is right.
Correct.
Great job.
Woo! Way to go.
Guys, look, the one that gets me.
No, 7 out of 8.
Yeah.
Well,
You
other
didn't
than
give me
Austin
Austin
Peay.
The one that gets me that just blows me away for college mascot is TCU. What's a horned toad?
Horned frog.
Horned frog.
Ladies,
A horned toad.
That is an actual animal.
I know it is, but I'm
I
saying.
had one as a pet when I was
You never
had a little horny toad.
They're feisty little
That
frogs.
is so frightening, God.
They're feisty.
That is so frightening, right? Whatever.
Look, they're the horned frogs.
Scared of
Horned frog.
You're not.
Come on.
You're not.
Horned toad. Man, get out of here.
They're not
No
horny
way.
toads. Don't get confused with horny toads. We're going somewhere where we don't need to go. They're the horned frogs.
Look, when they played LSU, I'm like, do what?
There's some wild
Dude, I heard
mascots.
that.
That's a great trivia segment. There's some wild
Jesus,
mascots out
man.
there.
I couldn't believe that.
Governors, I
Okay,
would not have
whatever.
I knew
I'm going to let that go.
something I was thinking of.
Would not have guessed that.
Yeah. I knew it was a person type, you know.
Yeah. Right. Very good, Scooter.
Before we go.
Very good.
All right, let's come on. Let's be definitive. Ohio State, Oregon.
We'll have another show before.
No, we won't.
Yeah, we will.
Next Monday, the game comes on Monday night.
Come
on. I got to go with the Ducks.
I'm saying Oregon because of the fact that once that machine starts rolling, if it's on, it's on. You can't stop it.
Quickly.
You can't stop
Carolina and Seattle. Is there any question?
No, Seattle got
Seattle
that.
at home.
Seattle got that. Now, I'm going to tell you where my question comes in at.
Dallas at Green Bay.
Green Bay. Aaron is hurt. He's hurt. He can't play. He's hurt.
I hate the Cowboys.
He's hurt.
To my core. But I think they're going to upset. They're 8-0 on the road. Green Bay is 8-0 at home. I know. But I'm going with Dallas. Who?
No, okay, you're right. That's what I'm saying.
I'm going with Dallas.
Because Aaron's hurt.
Aaron Rodgers? He'll be okay.
He's hurt. He's got
a week off, too.
Yeah, he's hurt.
Ravens at New England.
New England. Brady, New England.
You know Joe Flacco is 10-4 in playoffs? He's got the best playoff record in the last 6 years.
It's not happening, though.
Colts in Denver. Luck, Manning.
Well, that's going to be a good one, isn't it? That's going to be a good one right there, boy.
Look,
that's going to be a good one.
I didn't think Indianapolis would beat Cincinnati, even at home. Cincinnati and Marvin, they're like 0-10. Andy Dalton is just awful in the playoffs.
Oh,
they're
Andy
awful.
Dalton is your guy.
He's not my guy.
I thought he was your guy, Rick. I thought Andy Dalton was your guy, man.
No, he's not my guy, okay? A.J. McCarron is my guy.
I mean, we thought...
Who is going to have a better NFL career?
We thought Hill.
A.J. McCarron or Johnny Manziel? I asked the question, but I don't need an answer.
Well,
Think
right
about
now,
that.
I would say neither one of them.
Neither one of them. I'm with Scooter.
Probably not.
I'm with Scooter. Neither one of them.
Great show to kick off 2000.
But Manziel's already had a better one. So.
Yeah.
We'll see. Give me another year or two.
He has scored a touchdown.
Yeah, if he stopped throwing parties, though, when he's not playing.
That's going to wrap it up with the first one of 15. We'll see you next time, everybody.
You talk about 4 teams. We need more than an hour.
Sound Off 60 is presented by Tarver Ford in Sulphur. Give us a chance to earn your business. And by Jack Daniel's Bar and Grill at LauBerge Casino Resort. Sound Off 60 airs on Suddenlink Cable Channel 60 Monday through Sunday nights, 9 p.m. and again Saturday and Sunday mornings at 10 a.m. Sound Off 60 also airs throughout the week on Communicom Cable Channel 6 at 9 p.m. across Southwest Louisiana. Check your local listings. Post your questions and comments for the boys and access our website links at soundoff60.com.